Hey, what's going on, chess lovers, and happy Wednesday to y'all. I wanted to share with y'all a game that Mikhail Tal played against Dieter Keller. This was in the Zurich tournament back in 1959. This was a very crazy game. This is a very crazy game. That's all I got to say. But without further ado, I'm gonna just get started. Michael Tal played as white, and Dieter Keller played as black. All right. So without further ado, uh, Michael Tal goes to knight f3. Keller goes to knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, d5, d4, c6, bishop g5. As y'all can see, this is the semi-Slav defense on the Botvinnik variation. So y'all know. As y'all can see, there's when he pushed the d5, obviously he like was sacrificing a pawn. So D captures C4, Keller actually took, and then Tal goes to E4. As you can see, he's gaining space in the center, and also he's starting this E5 thing, but which is not really a threat because I'm sorry, y'all. E5 is not really a threat because he does have A6 moves and everything. So, but that's a whole different variation, which is also very tactical. But anyway, after E4, B5 is played, and then A4 is played by Tau. You know, trying to break off this pawn chain. And not only that, if he get this pawn out the way, then this bishop on C4 can capture on C4. Um, but Queen B6, you know, maintaining his pawn chain. Bishop captures f6, G captures f6, leaving Keller with a double pawns. Bishop e2, a6. Uh, he castles, and bishop b7 is played. Now, knight d7 pretty much would have been a nice move, and it's actually one of the top moves to play. Um, like certain variations I can give y'all. For instance, if knight d7, then you have stuff like d5, and then of course bishop c5. You know, with a developing move. Uh, let's say d captures e6, f captures e6, and then e5. The whole point of this, if f captures e5, then you have this beautiful move queen d2 where the king is totally exposed and queen d2 is coming up next to stop him from castling on the king side, but also on queen h6, um, the queen is also threatening queen captures e6, and again black still has on double pawns and everything, and the king's still in the center of the board, you know. And then Tal may have moves like knight e4, so it's pretty very crazy though. Not saying that it's 97 is all right if you play it accurately though. It seems like black is crazy though, but which he is. But nobody would be uncomfortable playing this type of position as black. But again, the engine said 97 was the best move and everything, but like I said, in my opinion, yo, I don't like it. I kind of like the bishop b7 anyway. That's just in my opinion. All right, so after bishop b7, d5 is played. C catches d5, e catches d5, b4 is played. This is where it gets crazy, y'all. Very crazy. I'm sorry, not D. A5 first. He puts the A5 first. And the whole point of A5 is not only to gain space, but also with knight A4 and knight B6 is also a move as well, which is very crazy. But look at this. Tal has something else in mind. You know, knight A4. Honestly, when I analyzed this, knight A4 was my thought. Um, so he can get to the B6 square. But Tal does something crazy as he always do. He goes D captures E6. D captures E6. B catches C3. Then knight D4. And obviously, y'all don't want to um you don't want black to take this pawn on E6 because of knight captures E6. You know, and honestly, that's not even the best move. You know what the best move is? The best move in this game after f captures e6, the best move would actually be bishop h5. That would actually be the best move, and I'm gonna show you why. Bishop h5, king e7, then I know the engine says rook e1, that would be a good move, but I really like knight captures e6 because if the king takes on e6, then I have queen g4 check, and then if let's say I don't know, let's say king d5, rook d5 check, king c5, then queen d4, and then if king b5, then you have this beautiful move, bishop e8 check, and then of course, uh, the only way you can really block it is with this knight d7. That's really the only way. But if he decides to go king b4, then you have queen captures c3 check, and then if king c5, then you have b4 checkmate, which is freaking crazy, yo. Freaking crazy as hell, man. Crazy. All right, y'all. So let's actually go back. Um, where was I at? Okay, I went all the way back, y'all. All right, so this is where we was at. D catches e6. B catches c3. Knight d4. Obviously, he doesn't take the pawn on e6, as I just showed y'all what would happen if he takes the pawn. But Keller goes rook g8. As you can see, he's threatening rook captures g2. You know, and his bishop on here is on his long diagonal, so that could be very dangerous. But Tal goes queen a4 check. King d8 again. Black still has this threat. Rook on g2. G3 is played. Bishop d5, you know, trying to um, not only get the king out of danger and blocking his way, but also getting his pawn out the way too. Because if he could go f captures e6, black would be kind of okay. But rook fd1 is played. Notice that f uh like he can't capture on this pawn on e6 because of knight captures e6. Notice that the bishop can't take this knight because this rook on d1 is pinning this bishop. So no matter how you look at it, this queen right here is going to be lost because the knight already checked the queen, and then the knight is going to capture the queen on c7. All right, just so y'all know. So after king c8, b captures c3 is played. Now, of course, the engine always says what's the best move. Queen e8 is the move. Now, suppose if um queen goes to d8, and you have stuff like e captures f7, whereas this rook is gonna get captured, and then the queen can't take because then the f pawn will capture on e8, getting his queen back with the check, and then black will get mated soon. All right. Or so what if he plays something like maybe king b7? What will white do then? Then he could play bishop captures on c3, and then if king goes to a7, then you have the bishop f3 move, because once you get this bishop out the way, you know, it's pretty much crazy. But knight d7 might be played, and then e captures f7. You know, knowing that this pawn is going to automatically, or not automatically, but if the rook decides to take the queen, then the pawn would take the rook on e8 and then get his queen back. So this is just dominating. Like white is dominating in this position. This is just totally crazy, man. Very crazy. All right, so let's get back. So queen e8 is not played. B captures c3 is played. That's what Tal played. So bishop c5 is played. Then pawn e7. Now look at this. Tal sacrificed this pawn, right? He sacrificed his pawn. So the thing is, what happens if bishop captures e7? Well, if bishop captures e7, then Tal has this beautiful move, knight f5. This is what he had in mind, because the thing is, he has the rook about to capture on d5 and everything, and Yeah, so he has the rook that's about to capture on d5, and he also have, or like if this bishop move anywhere else, he could capture on bishop c4. You know, it's just a lot of things he could do. But let's say I don't know bishop e6 or whatever, then Tal could play something like knight d4, and then if I don't know if black does a random move like maybe back to bishop c5 again, then obviously this bishop will be captured, and then he could take on this bishop on c4. So he'll get the pawn back. But all it is white is just moving his pieces to a better square for an attack. That's pretty much what that is. But anyway, e7, and then if not if after e7, black plays knight c6, you know, trying to develop his pieces, because as you notice, all white's pieces was developed, whereas black pieces was not. All right. Um, they say knight f5 was the better move for the engine, but like I said, Tal, he does moves that even the engine just don't catch up to or just don't see, which is just crazy, man. It's just amazing, man. Watching this game. Bishop g4 is Bishop g4 with a check. Crazy, 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 crazy. He sacrifices bishop. So what happens if this rook takes on this bishop? Well, if rook catches g4, then the pawn gets his queen. He gets two queens now. Crazy, man. So bishop g4 was played, but obviously he didn't take that light square bishop. Um, Keller goes on king b7. And then again, another crazy, crazy, crazy move, man. Knight b5 is played, man. Remind you, man, the engine didn't even didn't even mention knight b5. Nowhere in there, man. All the engine mentioned is knight b3. This is all the engine said. This is the number one move, knight b3. Because on knight b3, the rook is about to capture on d5. Like for instance, if knight b3 and everything, uh, the rook is already about to capture on d5 and everything. And then also the rook is also trying to threat the ultimate move on rook d7 is the threat trying to pin his queen. That is the real ultimate threat. So of course with black, you know, he would probably have to sacrifice on the bishop. If bishop captures on f2, then knight can capture e7. So this would be the best move for black, you know, if it came down to it. But anyway, that's not what Tal played. Tal played knight b5, which was to me crazy, man. Very crazy. Knight b5. Queen e5 is played, and then rook d to e1, and then bishop e4 is played. Now the better move was actually queen g5. Queen g5 was actually the better move, and then what is it? I believe it's rook e to d1, um, which would be better. So for instance, if the queen captures on g4, then you have rook captures on g4, and then which is just crazy though. And I'm not gonna really follow with this. And I mean, I understand bishop captures f2, king captures, and rook ab8. The only reason why it's doing that because black is losing right now. White is really like winning this game, and the engine actually has white winning this game. Um, but yeah, but bishop e4 was played. That's what Keller played, and then rook a to b1. Rook finally captures on g4, and then rook catches e4, man. So what did black play? Black actually played the queen catches e4. I wasn't really sure why he didn't play rook captures e4. I wasn't really sure. Oh yeah, now I know. So knight d4 check. Obviously the only way you could kind of block this is with maybe knight b4, but you got queen d7 check, and if queen c7, Then you got rook catches b4 check, bishop catches b4, and then queen d5 winning this rook on e4, which is dope, man. This is just crazy, man. Like to calculate all this stuff, man. It's just phenomenal, man. It's just crazy. Um, but anyway, queen catches e4, and then Tal goes knight d6 check, king c7, knight catches e4, rook catches e4, and then queen d1, which is played. And then rook goes to e5. Now you're probably wondering why the rook didn't capture on e7. Well, the rook didn't capture on e7 because of queen d5. He's hitting this dark square bishop, and technically this bishop is technically trapped. And the reason why I say this because y'all probably looking at this move, bishop d6. But if he goes bishop d6, he has the rook d6 move. You know, so either way, either the bishop or this knight is going to be lost, and white is totally winning this game. Like this is a one game for white. There's nothing that black can do after this move. All right. Um. So if So let's go back. If the bishop captures on e7, then again, white still has this move on queen d5, and then if rook e5, then you have queen captures f7, you know, pinning this on bishop, even though the knight is supporting it. And then if rook captures a5, then queen captures a7, and then if rook b5, then rook e1. And I think white would be glad to actually exchange this the one rook for the two minor pieces or whatever, but which is why he probably would have to go here and then rook a1 and then a5. So I'm not gonna go deep into this or whatever because it's just a lot of variations. There's a lot of calculation when it comes to this. Like for one, queen f7, a4, you know, and then f4. But I'm gonna let y'all analyze that for yourselves. But this can be this could go both ways. If black plays cards right, he may actually have a chance, you know, depending on what white does. If he make a mistake, then black may actually have an advantage and everything, especially because he has these this passed pawn as well, and he has two minor pieces and two rooks. You know, white also has passed pawns too, but it seems like black has his passed pawn a lot more further, which is a lot more dangerous. So in this position, I kind of, if you play your cards right, I think black can potentially win this game. But again, Keller didn't play bishop catches e7. I think bishop catches e7 would have actually saved the game. Um, I don't know. I mean, then you got other stuff like bishop. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. So I think, but yeah, bishop catches e7. I think black would have saved the game or whatever. But he did this move, that rook e5 move, and then you let Tal get that rook b7 check. He takes queen d7 check, king b8. He gets his queen. Rook catches e8, queen catches e8. King b7. Obviously, not king c7 because of he will lose his rook on a8. So he has to defend his rook with king b7, queen d7, king b8, and then queen captures on c6. And honestly, after this, man, black resigned. There's really nothing that he can really do. Uh, Literally nothing that he can really do. This bishop is like I don't see where he can really go after this. I mean, he can do stuff like I don't know, maybe bishop e7, maybe, but even with that, it's going to be lost because after the king goes a7, then this bishop is lost. Um, if he does something like yeah, it really doesn't matter. This dark square bishop is automatically lost. So that's why black resigned. But yes, man, this was a crazy battle, man. If y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all learned a lot from it. I hope that y'all check this game out for yourself for more ideas and everything, and for more tactical ideas. Um, But if you enjoyed this video, please like, please share, please comment. Share your ideas, share your thoughts. Uh, Let me know what you think of this. And also, y'all, don't forget to subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.